Hey guys, Robin here, and yes, it is finally happening. It has been a month, but I am finally reviewing movies again. However, my first review after my hiatus um, is going to be a killer car movie, of which you may have noticed there's a stack of right here. Now, as you may Now, if you've been a long time subscriber, but on the very likely chance you are a new time subscriber, you may recall that I have already reviewed Stephen King's sole directorial attempt, Maximum Overdrive, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and one very good reason is right here on the front cover. Yeah, and today's review stars James Brolin from Westworld from the 1973 Westworld movie. Well, whom you may know from that, as well also stars Kathleen Lloyd, John Marley, Ronnie Cox, and R.G. Armstrong. That movie is 1977's The Car. Now, if I had to sum up the plot of The Car to you guys, um, I would say it's pretty much if I would say that it is pretty much like I would say that it's pretty much like if you took Spielberg's first movie, Duel, which is about a crazy semi truck driver, and you took his movie Jaws about a killer shark about a killer shark that is terrorizing a beach. Well, you combine Jaws and Duel, you get The Car. Now, now The Car holds a lot of sentimental and nostalgic value to me because when I was in my freshman year of high school, it's when I got really into collecting movies on VHS. And The Car was one of the first three movies I had as part of the collection. The other two being Airplane and Strategic Air Command. But this one has a special place in my heart because when I was in high school, I had a problem where I would go to sleep like pissed off about something. I would have a nightmare. I would wake up at 4 a.m. I'd be too scared to go back to sleep, so I would just pop this. So I would just pop this into my VCR and just watch it and just watch it. And by the time the movie ended, it would basically be time for me to get ready for school. But but yeah, anyway, yeah. So the movie is about a mysterious black car that is killing pedestrians and cyclists in the small fictional town of Santa Ynez. It's I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. It's spelled Ynez, but eh. Anyway, anyway, first, so so the movie starts with the opening credits, but it's watch we before the credits. There is a quote from the founder of the Church of Satan, Anton LaVey, and it goes something to the effect of those who dwell in the devil's lair ride out on the hot winds of hell, move and appear. I'm probably missing part of it, but anyways, yeah, yeah. And and curiously, I watched the movie both on VHS and on Netflix. And curiously, on the Netflix version, after the MCA, after the Universal logo, it doesn't it doesn't show the very quote. It's just a dark screen for 60 seconds, then title. It's just, yeah. Yeah, it is very much just. And after that, we see the credits play over some sunrise, and and then we see the car go through the desert, like from far away. You just see it like a dust cloud, and then we see two cyclists and the car starts going after them, but we're not really shown what the car looks like. It's just either a close up of a part of the car, yeah. So and so basically the two cyclists are killed, and apparently one of the cyclists, a boy, like a teenage boy, had a very close connection to one of the police officers in the film, played by Ronnie Cox, because his character is a barely on the wagon alcoholic. But our movie's main hero, played by James, is Sheriff Wade Parent, played by James Brolin, who is the father of Josh Brolin, who aside from playing the old brother in the Goonies, also played Thanos in the Avengers movies, and he played Cable in Deadpool 2, which is really, really cool. Anyway, now, the first person to actually witness the car killing someone is R.G. Armstrong's character, Amos Clement, who we first see, uh, we see him beating his wife, and he's dealing with like a smart-ass hitchhiker who who's just blasting on a French horn, and he makes like a big show of putting it back, like being all silly. And it's like, yeah, I'm really sure that this guy who started his day with some domestic abuse and looked to be about and looks to be about 2 seconds away from turning into, I don't know, a creature from the Thing, is really, really entertained by your smart ass, like putting a French horn away. Now this movie does now, unlike in most horror movies, where a wife beater character would die. Spoiler alert: Amos isn't killed by the end of the film. In fact, he like winds up being one of the heroes, which would really would probably not sit well with some people. But considering the fact that the car is heavily implied to be either possessed by or a minion of the devil, it probably spared Emmett's life because, I mean, no, it probably spared Amos's life because so a wicked man could do more evil or something like that. Anyway, so they start trying to like find this car, but the car doesn't stick to the roads. In fact, it's seen wandering around the desert quite a few times, which is how it's able to like which is how it's able to hide from like patrolling cop cars. Anyways, so after the not really sure what his rank is, but I'd have to say it's pretty close to police chief slash captain. Anyways, they set him up, and he and And there's a scene late at night where the car comes barreling down the road towards Amos. Amos dives out of the way, but the car swerves to avoid hitting him, and it kills Everett, which is the name of the sheriff. Well, not the, which is the name of the officer, the eldest member of the police force, and James Brolin character, uh, Wade, tells his deputy Luke to cancel the parade rehearsal, which is pretty much this movie's equivalent to a 4th of July, which is this movie's equivalent to the whole 4th of July bit from Jaws. And now, and but he never gets around to canceling it. I don't know if he forgot I don't know if he forgot or just didn't do it. But anyway, the car shows up and stirs up plenty of chaos, kills a few horses, and it kills a few horses and a few people riding horses. Which there's actually a very quick shot of a guy getting thrown off a horse and falling onto the ground. But the shot of him falling onto the ground is like upside down. But it's like very quick. It's like it's a blink and it is a literal, like literally if you blink you could miss it. And and this is when, and in this scene we also get a good look at what the car actually looks like. And the car is a heavily modified 1971 Lincoln Continental Mark III, modified by the late but great George Barris of Barris Customs, who also created the Munster Coach, as well as the Wagon Queen family truckster from National Lampoon's Vacation. He also made the famous Gargoyle Hot Rod hearse, which I know I'd like to be my final ride. But anyways, and so the people run away from the car. They run into a cemetery, which the car is mysteriously, which the car which upon reaching the front gates, the car just stops pursuit. Like, it doesn't go into the cemetery and start massacring people. And this is a rather large hint that this car is a minion of the devil, since it cannot enter the hallowed ground of a cemetery. And which it seems to know this. And Lauren, Wade's girlfriend, takes this opportunity to insult the car because she thinks there's a guy driving it, in order for her friend Marcy to like get to a cop car. And once the car hears the sirens of the police cars, it drives away, not because it's afraid of getting caught, but it now knows there's easier prey. And there's like one cop is like chasing the car up a mountain, up a hill. It's like, I'm gonna get him. There's no way down but straight down. And the car just friggin', and the car goes around the bend. He loses sight of him. The cop car goes around the bend, and the car is just barreling towards him. And the guy's just like, "Ah!" And the guy's like, "Ah!" Wait, 1 second. 1 minute. Okay, so basically how it goes, this is the titular car, this is the cop car, so they're just driving around like, yeah, so they're all just kind of like driving around like this. Car disappears around the bend, and this cop is like, I'm gonna get him, no way down but straight down, and the car is just like, the car just, and it's like this, okay? The cop car is literally like right at the side of the cliff. Guy tries to open the door. The car like no. The guy opens the door. Like escape. She sees it's just a huge cliff. Like no, please no, no. Then the car sound its horn. It pushes the car off the cliff and goes tumbling down. And this car just goes tumbling down. Boom! And explodes. And now Wade Parent does eventually have a standoff with the car. Apparently the car decide. Apparently, the car had no problem killing the other cops who were in cars, but our lone main character, who's on a cop bike, pretty sweet Harley bike, I should add. Um, he sees the car coming down a road that is like parallel to one he's on. He stops at the base of the road the car is on, gets off his bike and points his gun at it, and the car, instead of running him down, slows to a stop, and he shoots at the car several times, aiming at the tires and windshield, but they either deflect the bullets entirely or the car mysteriously makes a miss. He creeps along to the driver's side door, which pops open, and before he can open it, it just it it hits him with the door hard enough to like knock him out, and he's in the hospital. Yeah, because plot armor. There's another like talking scene, and and yeah, so and like later on in the film, the car does something to someone close to Wade. That's like he's like, that's it. I've had enough of this car and whoever's driving it. So Amos Clements, who in addition to his hobbies, and Amos Clements, whose hobbies, in addition to domestic abuse, also include running an explosives company. So Wade leads the car to the top of a cliff on his bike as they set up explosives. His partner Luke, he grabs his partner Luke. The car comes barreling towards them. But right before it hits them, they run. The car goes off the cliff, crashes down below. All the explosives go off. There's a gigantic, like apocalyptic fireball, and you actually see a demonic face in all the flames. Me personally, it's a bit difficult to make out the entirety of the face, but yeah. And then, and then, and then, and then during the credits, we see the car driving around the city, implying that there's either more than one car, or this car happened to survive. Now, you might, and that concludes the review. But you might be asking, why am I reviewing the car and not Bill and Ted like I said I would? Well, way back before the pandemic hit and the world went to shit, there was a channel that I watched like a lot. It was called The Movie Vault. It was called The Movie Vault, and pretty much, and the guy's channel consisted of movie reviews, kind of like mine does. Only his channel consisted entirely of killer vehicle movies. Consisted entirely of killer vehicle movies, and this guy, like, he had like reviews of killer car movies I hadn't even heard of. Like, for example, the Truck, Phantom Racer, Joyride 3, Joyride 2, Monster Man, Road Rage. It's just all these movies I never knew about. I found out from this guy. Now, in March, I found out his channel had been taken down. So I was like, well, shit. Another reason why this year can fudge itself. And so and during my a course I was taking during kind of like a break during the course, I was looking up trivia on IMDb for the movie Color of Night, and one of the trivia bits included this movie vault guy's review of the Firebird chase, and I was like, you know what? His channel's probably still gone, so I'll just search this and see what else comes up. And it turns out, so I searched Killer Cars, Color of Night, and I find out that this guy had started a new channel in like April and had been uploading Killer Car movies every Friday, one review of which was uploaded on May 15th, my birthday. So I was like, sweet, holy shit. So I was like, sweet, holy shit, this guy's back, I found him, yes! And, and he actually subscribed to my channel, believe it or not. Yeah. Which was really awesome because, I mean, and which was like really awesome because, I mean, and I actually do have a lot of the movies the guy reviewed on his old channel. I mean, obviously, I already have The Car, Duel, and Maximum Overdrive, but I also have Christine. And by the way, this is a first VHS print of this film. See? It's a box. Pretty awesome. I also have The Wraith, starring Charlie Sheen and Randy Quaid, which any movie with Randy Quaid in it, sign me up. And by the way, this print of The Wraith, like this print of The Car, were both distributed onto VHS by good old Anchor Bay. Yeah. So yeah, The Wraith and Maximum Overdrive both came out in '86. Then there's The Ambulance from 1990, starring James Earl Jones, Eric Roberts, and Red Buttons. Then there is the 1990 TV movie Wheels of Terror, about the driver of a '74 Dodge Charger, which, by the way, '74 was the final year the Dodge Charger looked cool until 2006. Yeah, who does things to little girls, which is quite gruesome for a TV movie, but anyways. Continuing with the TV movie scope, I have the 1997 made-for-TV movie Trucks, which, by the way, the movie vault guy actually knows the actor that plays the old hippie, which I thought was really cool. And finally, there is Joyride with Paul Walker and Steve Zahn, which is it's basically dual. It's basically dual, except the reason why the trucker is going after his victims is made much more clear, and there's actually like a line of communication. And yeah, that's it for my killer vehicle collection and my review of The Car. I do have a copy of The Cars That Ate Paris, which, when I heard it, like, back when I was 11, I thought it was a movie about Paris, France, under attack by, like, car monsters that eat people. And, and I hope to have the 1982 MTA video cassette print of Duel coming my way soon. It is an extremely rare release, and I want it so freaking bad. Anyway, so that concludes this extra long review. I'm sorry, damn, almost 25 minutes. So yeah, I'm kind of nattering on now. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this review. It may not be a Sci-Fi Sunday episode, but it may not be a Sci-Fi Sundays episode, but hopefully you got your entertainment from this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all soon in the near future. Peace.